Yes, today I'm going to talk about probably the most controversial and underrated, misunderstood plants on the planet. Due to certain experts, garlic is a harmful, toxic plant and should not be used at all. Certain scholars have warned people never to eat this plant whatsoever. Is this so? If so, why is it that this plant has been used by so many generations of people? From the time of the Greek civilization, the Asian civilization, as far back as the beginning of the Egyptian dynasties, garlic was being used as food for the great men and women of ancient times. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Patrick Montague, nutritional consultant. I am here now to talk to you a little bit about a plant called garlic. Garlic does have some incredible properties that a lot of people may be not aware of. And so this is what we're going to really. Garlic is grown around the world and it is related to onion, leeks and chives. It is thought that garlic is native to Siberia but spread to other parts of the world over 5,000 years ago. In ancient times, it was highly valued for its numerous health benefiting properties, which are still followed in many cultures today. Our ancestors have used it as a bug repellent. Medieval Europe against plague, and the Egyptians would even bury it along with their dead. Some benefits of garlic are credited to the presence of the sulfur-containing compound allicin. And yes, allicin is actually in high amounts in garlic, and that's been found to be one of the vital ingredients of garlic that gives it its smell and some of its fantastic healing properties. So here we have a picture here of our ancient ancestors literally enjoying the benefits of garlic, and this goes back to thousands of years ago. So these are the benefits of garlic. Some people use garlic to prevent colon cancer, rectal cancer, stomach cancer, breast cancer, multiple myeloma, lung cancer, prostate cancer, bladder cancer, enlarged prostate, benign prostatic hyperplasia, cystic fibrosis, diabetes, and of course, osteoarthritis. It can even be good for hay fever, allergic rhinitis, traveler's diarrhea, high blood pressure, and late in pregnancy preeclampsia, yeast infection and flu. Even swine flu it can be good for, as well as tick bites, or as a mosquito repellent. It can prevent the common cold, and it can treat and prevent bacterial and fungal infections. It can also boost the immune system, and this has actually been proven in some scientific studies that have been done over the years. So in animal and cell-based studies, aged garlic extract stimulates white blood cells. Now, for those of you who don't know, your white blood cells are like the quarterbacks of your immune system. So they help to protect you against illnesses. And you've got different types of white blood cells: lymphocytes, macrophages, which are a large phagocytic cell found in stationary form in the tissues or as a mobile white blood cell. So your macrophages, the Greek term for macrophage is big eater, basically. That's what the word actually means in Greek. Okay, so macro meaning large, and phago or phagis means eating or eater. So these cells, these macrophages, go inside of your body and they seek out these toxic, harmful substances in your body and get rid of them. And they especially go to site of infection. The white blood cells are positively affected by glutathione. So when we take glutathione, glutathione can actually stimulate white blood cell production. White blood cells are immune cells that provide protection against infections, while glutathione is an antioxidant that protects immune cells from free radicals. A joke for you? Here's a doctor and patient situation here. So this is the doctor talking to the patient. So, Mr. Jones, what fits your busy schedule better? Exercising 1 hour a day or being dead 24 hours a day? So then we have the immunity. Immunity, as I said before, very important. We've been talking about this over the last couple of weeks. So is the ability of the cells to hold oxygen, magnetism, chlorophyll, electric charge, vitamins, and minerals. When you don't have enough of that, you will have a deficiency in your immunity. And garlic has been proven to actually stimulate your immune system. And all you need to do is take maybe 1 or 2 cloves of garlic a day, and that can make the difference between you having a strong immune system or a weak one, as they say. And there are other plants as well, like we spoke about ginger last week, and we talked about lemons, and they can actually positively stimulate your immune system as well. So it's a simple matter of just changing your daily habits, really, and getting into garlic, getting into lemons, getting into ginger, these types of foods. They're easily accessible. One of the reasons why I'm focusing on these foods is because of the fact that they're easily accessible. That's the reason why I've been talking about them. They're home remedies to boost the immune system, to keep you healthy, to keep you strong. So, because sometimes people will say, oh, where am I going to get all this healthy stuff? They're all expensive. Well, a lemon's not expensive, ginger's not expensive, garlic is not expensive. All of them are accessible. So there's no excuse. We can all be healthier. So here we look at the white blood cells. There are different types of white blood cells, as I said, and this is how they look. You have the monocytes, the eosinophils, the basophils, the neutrophils, the lymphocytes. Just get used to those words, ladies and gentlemen, because they are words that we are going to have to be using if we're going to be talking about the immune system and the body in general. They will always come up. So we can look at the white blood cells in our bodies as almost like a team of defenders, if you like, fighters. So you've got the neutrophil, which is like a street cop on the left, and they deal with rapid response. And then you've got the eosinophils, which are fumigators. They kill parasites. And then you have the basophils, which are like a fireman, and they cause inflammation. And as I said before, you have the macrophages, which are the riot police, and they basically eat up waste and toxins. And you have the dendritic cells, which give the signal, relays information. And then you've got the lymphocytes, the B and the T cells, which are basically the white blood cells that are giving you protection against disease. Garlic helps to treat cold and flu. Now, there have been various studies that have been done on mice and in human beings with garlic. So in a study of 120 individuals, aged garlic extract reduced the severity of colds and flu by increasing the number of immune cells. These are T cells and NK cells. NK cells are actually natural killer cells, and they kill any sort of toxins and pathogens in your body. And by boosting the immune system, aged garlic extract increases the activity of immune cells while lowering inflammatory proteins, which are cytokines. So inflammatory proteins are cytokines, is what they call them. This is how powerful this garlic is. It can actually stimulate immunity in a person and keep them free of illnesses. And there's a long list of illnesses, some of which I've spoken about earlier on, that they can actually protect you from. So yes, the cytokines are a large group of proteins that are secreted by specific cells of the immune system. Cytokines are a category of signaling molecule that mediate and regulate immunity and inflammation. So anytime you have inflammation or you have a lack of immunity in your body, cytokines will be involved, and these are the proteins in the body that are regulating the inflammation or the immune system. So this is what goes on with people every day. I see it when I'm on the train, when I'm on the bus. I see people coughing. They're coughing on you. They're coughing on their friends. Sometimes they cough in the food. And all of this is caused by the body actually trying to eliminate mucus. So sometimes when you cough, your body is actually reacting against what you've done to it. And people say, oh, I've got to do something to stop this cough. Why don't you do something to stop that cough even coming to you in the first place, which is drawing mucus to yourself. You're bringing mucus to yourself by you eating food that makes you have a lot of mucus in your body. You don't need to do that. You can just Eat foods that are helping to eliminate mucus. Because when you have a cough, that's part of the system that your body has in place to basically break up the mucus, and the body's trying to loosen up the mucus in your body. So it will give you that cough to shake up that mucus inside of you to try to help to get rid of it. Yes, people get flu when they get the cold. One of the reasons why people get really hot when they get a flu, for example, is because the body has to heat up to try to break down the toxins in the body. So it heats up to break down toxins. And people say, oh, I've got a high temperature, I've got to do something to bring down the temperature. Yes, you could do that, but unfortunately, if you take a drug and you do that, sometimes what happens, you're actually trying to fight against the body healing itself. The body has its own system of healing itself, and it's trying its very, very best to heat up the toxins to get rid of the waste. Garlic treats yeast infections. In Petri dish studies, fresh garlic extract inhibited the growth of candida, the most common type of yeast infection. Now, allicin in garlic inhibits the growth of candida by destroying fats present in the outer surface of the yeast. Now, this has been proven scientifically. Once you have this yeast and you have it in a Petri dish and you introduce garlic to it, it will eliminate the yeast. This has been proven scientifically, and so therefore we can use garlic to get rid of yeast infections. Some people also use a plant called Por Diaco as well. You use that plant, is a herb actually, along with garlic, and those two combined help to get rid of yeast infections. So yes, you can get rid of those embarrassing problems, and it doesn't just happen with women, it also happens with men as well. Men can get yeast infections just as much as women. Garlic can prevent tooth decay. I know a lot of times people walking around, holding their jaw a lot, and especially when they eat a lot of sugary foods, a lot of salty foods. Salty foods can also cause tooth decay as well, so you want to stay away from that. So garlic has an antibacterial effect on dental plaque bacteria that cause tooth decay if left untreated. Garlic also treats oral infections like periodontitis, oral thrush, and sore mouth from dentures. Garlic may be used in conjunction with antibiotics or to treat multi-drug resistant bacteria. Now, not everything here is quite correct. Sometimes when you use antibiotics that have been given to you by doctors, the antibiotics can actually cause more problems than you actually bargained for. So what I would suggest is just go with the garlic on its own and use that as something that can help you against the problem of tooth decay. Because basically when we break down the word antibiotic, basically the prefix of the word anti means against and biotic means life. So we have to stop taking something that is anti-life and put something into our body that is pro-life, like a probiotic, not an antibiotic. Now, allicin in garlic combats bacteria by inhibiting sulfur-containing enzymes that bacteria need for survival. So allicin is the actual ingredient which is high in sulfur that basically is what eliminates the problem of tooth decay and also other problems in the body as well. So here we have the demonstration here of what goes on with a tooth when it becomes decay. It starts off kind of innocently enough. The first picture there on the left, it looks kind of normal almost, but then all of a sudden the decay starts to go deeper and deeper into the tooth, and by the third slide now you've got this situation where the decay is going into the pulp and into the nerve and starts to irritate the nerve inside of the tooth, and then you start to get the pain. But long before you actually got the pain, you had the tooth decay and you could see it, but you just ignored it until it started to give you pain. Antibacterial, antiparasitic, this is what has been found as well with garlic. Garlic is one of the best kept medicinal treasures of the past era. This is according to some scholars. It has been used as an antibiotic to treat bacterial, fungal, and parasitic infections for the last 7,000 years. Studies suggest Diluted garlic extract helps children with tapeworm infections. A garlic-based mouthwash may not sound like fresh minty breath, but a very small quantity of its extract is sufficient to ward off cavity-causing bacteria. So we can use this garlic to prevent bacteria. We can use this garlic to get rid of parasites in our bodies. Parasites, believe it or not, they're almost like they're living. They're actually living beings inside of your body. And they thrive in your body once you create a kind of environment that they like. So parasites actually like a very mucky, sticky, nasty environment. They thrive on that. So once you eat dairy, once you eat cheese, once you eat certain foods like sugary foods, parasites love that kind of environment and they will thrive in that. And the parasites themselves, they have eyes, they have ears, they actually leave manure inside of your body. And so sometimes it's not always the parasites that's causing the problem in your body, it's actually the manure inside of your body that they leave inside of you, inside of your stomach. So yes, here we have a parasite. He's crawling along there inside of you and he's eating up whatever waste products he can find inside of your body. Kind of scary looking, but lots of people have them inside of their bodies. Sometimes they're invisible to the naked eye, and sometimes they can be quite clearly seen. So here's a little joke for you. Two garlic cloves were crossing the road. One gets hit by a car. The injured garlic is rushed to the hospital, and his garlic friend is waiting for him in the waiting room. After the operation, the doctor comes out and says, the good news is he'll pull through. The bad news is your garlic friend will be a vegetable for the rest of his life. It's no accident that we are sharing this planet Earth with this fantastic plant. Now, I know that there are some people who may be sensitive to garlic, and we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about sensitivities and the side effects as well. But first of all, I want to go through the benefits of this plant. So now, it's been proven that consuming garlic on a daily basis in food or raw helps to lower cholesterol. And I would actually recommend that people take it raw more than anything else, because when you cook the garlic, just like any food, this is when some of the major powerful effects are lost. So because of the antioxidant properties of allicin, it is also immensely beneficial to regulate blood pressure and blood sugar levels. It is essential to remember that the sulfur-containing compound allicin tends to lose its medicinal properties when garlic is cooked whole. It is imperative to consume garlic raw or semi-cooked to derive any of its benefits. So we can use garlic to actually have a healthy heart in our bodies. So on the right, on the extreme right, so you can see the difference. One has got lots of fat around it, which would impede the ability of the heart to do its job. Sometimes what happens, the heart will expand, or sometimes the heart will have a murmur. Sometimes a person can get congestive heart failure, where the arteries get blocked and that goes, all the blockage goes into the heart. So all these are symptoms that the person can express or experience when they are, let's say, not eating the foods that they really do need to eat. So now you get a pain in your chest, but once you start getting a pain in your chest, that means long before you got that pain in your chest that there was something really going wrong. But people don't notice it until it's too late a lot of times when they get the pain in the chest. So we can use garlic for our heart, keeping our healthy heart. We can also use garlic for skin and hair. The invigorating properties of garlic protect the skin from the effect of free radicals and slow down the depletion of collagen. Free radicals are when you have an unpaired electron in your body, which they call a free radical. This particular element, garlic, helps to eliminate the problems of depletion of collagen in your body. So when you are depleted of collagen, which leads to a loss of elasticity in aging skin, this can be a problem. So every one of your cells actually requires collagen to keep them healthy, to keep them strong. And if you don't have enough collagen, the cells can just deteriorate and die. So now we can use this garlic to apply topically on the skin. Garlic does wonders to the skin infected with fungal infections and provides relief from skin ailments like eczema. It is also an effective remedy for fungal infections like athlete's foot and ringworms. All of us know about the wonders of onion for hair, but its brother, garlic, is no less of a hero for your thinning mane. Well, it's surprise time. Rubbing crushed garlic extract on your scalp or massaging with garlic infused oil is known to prevent and even reverse hair loss. And here we have someone with very healthy looking skin, healthy looking. She's obviously using her garlic because her skin is perfect. Yes, this part here, some of this information is not quite accurate, so I'm going to clean up some of this. So garlic gel in combination with steroid cream help to treat patients suffering from alopecia. Now, I wouldn't recommend the use of steroid cream here, but this is what is officially being put out there as information. So I'm just sharing this with you. The steroid cream can actually cause more problems. So there are creams such as the one that's quite common that was used 30, 40 years ago is hydrocortisone. Some people would use that for eczema. Hydrocortisone long-term can cause problems. It doesn't actually solve the problem of eczema and other skin type problems. It just eventually makes things worse, really. A type of hair loss that results from immune cells attacking hair follicles. This is what alopecia is. And this element, diallyl disulfide in garlic, may prevent the autoimmune response and induce hair regrowth by increasing immune suppressor cells. So basically, the diallyl disulfide is a sulfur compound that's in garlic that is very, very powerful, because anything that's high in sulfur is very powerful and very necessary to get rid of toxins in the body. Garlic, it's good for earaches. It's good for chronic fatigue syndrome, menstrual disorders, abnormal cholesterol levels caused by HIV drugs, hepatitis, shortness of breath related to liver disease, stomach ulcers caused by H. pylori infection. I think that stands for Helicobacter pylori infection. Then we've got exercise performance. It's good for that. Exercise-induced muscle soreness. So anyone who's getting muscle soreness, running around the track, you can just use your garlic and it will help to heal those muscles. And this will help with the condition that causes lumps in the breast as well, the breast tissue called fibrocystic breast disease, a skin condition called scleroderma, and it can even help with lead toxicity. It is also applied to the skin for hair loss and thrush. Garlic is used in the vagina for yeast infections, as I said before. So garlic has a wide range of different uses. Now, they have got some creams on the market that have got garlic in them. Some people take garlic capsules where they have a garlic oil. That's odorless garlic that you can get. You can take maybe 2 to 6 capsules a day, and that will also help with the liver. It will help with the keeping the blood clean and so on. But me personally, I'd rather go straight to the garlic itself. Yes, so as I said before about this allicin. What is this allicin? How does it work? Well, it's basically a very strong oily liquid which has antibacterial and antimicrobial properties within it. And it converts from allicin to allicin. And this chemical is what gives the garlic its power. That's how it really works. And this is what makes garlic work for certain conditions. Some products are made odorless, as I said, by aging the garlic, but this process can also make the garlic less effective. It's a good idea to look for supplements that are coated, enteric coating, so they will dissolve in the intestine and not in the stomach. So here, as I said, our allicin is an organosulfur compound obtained from garlic, a species in the family of Alliaceae species of plants. When fresh garlic is chopped or crushed, the enzyme alliinase converts to alliin and then into allicin, which is responsible for the aroma of fresh garlic. Then we can use garlic for brain cancer. How many people have had brain cancer? I know loads of people who've had this problem. Why is it that no one is talking about the benefits of garlic for this? There's an element in the garlic which is called diallyl trisulfide, which is a sulfur-containing compound in garlic, and that decreases the size of brain tumors in mice by inhibiting the enzyme histone rather, which is histone deacetylase HDAC, which causes tumor cell death. So this is what it's doing. This garlic is doing some incredible stuff that the scientists are now, just now, recently, are becoming aware of. We have to be making ourselves aware of this. It fights brain toxicity. This diallyl trisulfide, we've just identified what is the thing that's getting rid of brain toxicity within the garlic. It is this, and it's a sulfur compound, and it's doing the job of making tumors shrink. So if you would take garlic on a daily basis, you are preventing yourself from getting tumors of the brain. Because you know when they do these tumors on the brain kind of operations, people can sometimes end up dead. So which would you rather, have a smelly breath from garlic for the rest of your life, or go and get that, I would say, life-threatening operation in the hospital? Which would you rather? This is what you got to think about. Garlic treats esophagus cancer. Diallyl sulfide in garlic inhibits esophagus tumors in rats by disrupting the energy production of NMDA, which is basically neuromuscular blocking agent, which is a chemical found in fungi contaminated foods that can cause liver and esophagus cancer. How do people get in this type of problem? This is very, very common. People getting liver cancer, esophagus cancer, people getting colon cancer, stomach cancer. This is a seriously powerful ingredient in garlics that is doing incredible work. This is what we're going to make ourselves aware of. Here's your esophagus. This is what it looks like, for those of you who don't know. This little long tube down here, leading from your mouth, is your esophagus. You've got your throat there, you've got your pharynx, and you've got the esophagus. And it's not surprising that people are getting cancer of the throat or cancer of the esophagus because the amount of crap that people chuck down their mouths, my goodness me, it's enough to make anyone get ill. Garlic may slow down breast cancer growth. And again, it's the same ingredient. The same ingredient that's good for the esophagus is also good for preventing breast cancer. So the diallyl disulfide in garlic prevents the growth of breast tumors by promoting tumor cell death and inhibiting its growth via BCL-2 proteins and the enzyme caspase in rats. So yes, caspase is an enzyme which is useful in programmed cell death. So basically causing apoptosis of dead cancer cells. It gets rid of cancer cells. This is a powerful thing. So this is a breast cancer. This is what it looks like. This is like a cycle here. We've got the, sometimes women don't check their breasts very often, and so therefore they don't even notice when they've got it. So it'll show up as a tiny little lump to start off with in either breast. If you're still menstruating, what you should do, you should actually check your breasts 3 days before your menstruation period or 9 days after your menstruation period. That's the right time to actually check your breasts for lumps. You're looking for lumps, you're looking for dimpling, you're looking for floating nodules, and you basically have to lie down and do a rotating kind of circular motion around the breast to check for the lumps in the breast. A lot of times people don't spend enough time trying to work out what is really going on here. Rather than check it out themselves, they leave it to the doctor to check things out, when you should be doing this for yourself. Garlic slows the progression of and treats lung cancer, So again, now we have another molecule, which is another sulfur type compound called diallyl trisulfide. Remember, before we had diallyl disulfide, now we've got diallyl trisulfide, which is in the garlic. It can be just used on its own, just by itself, or maybe with other vegetables, other plants. Diallyl trisulfide activates pathways that cause tumor cell death and prevents tumor cell growth. The very element within the garlic is enough to shrink tumors. So this is what it looks like when someone gets lung cancer. Healthy lungs on the left. On the right, we've got someone who probably was smoking a lot, and he has lung cancer. About 90% of people that are getting lung cancer today are smokers. So it's not the food necessarily that's causing the lung cancer, it's the smoking or the smoky environment that sometimes people are living in. Garlic may suppress stomach cancer growth, so it's now good for stomach cancer. And this is all because another ingredient in the garlic called S-allyl mercaptocystine, SAMC, in garlic, which suppresses the growth of stomach tumors in rats. So now they've done all these experiments in the rats, and it's unusual that people are not aware that these experiments have been done on rats, and they found that the element from the garlic has been used to shrink the tumors in the stomach of rats. So SAMC causes tumor cell death by activating the enzyme caspase and protein kinases. And as I said, the caspase is an enzyme. So these are enzymes that they're using. So here we have someone who's got stomach cancer, and this is what it looks like. It starts off like this, and it can grow and grow and grow, and the cancer cells, they'll start to thrive and proliferate through the body, causing multiple problems in their body. So we need to be aware once we start to get problems with our stomach. So it can be something that starts off very innocently, like indigestion, and then it gets worse, and then it gets worse, and then you get constipated, and the constipation leads to something else, and then something else, and then eventually the person ends up with cancer. So it's very, very important, ladies and gentlemen, to make sure you keep your colon clean, your stomach clean. You really have to, because when you start to get into certain foods that block up the colon, block up the intestines, cause you to become sluggish, one of the things that happens first, you actually lose a lot of energy. You just feel tired all the time, and you don't feel motivated. When you don't feel motivated, that is a psychological kind of hint, if you like, that there's something going on wrong in the body, that you need to sort that out first. Garlic may slow down liver cancer progression. Sulfur compounds in garlic inhibit liver cancer cell growth by activating proteins that stop tumor cell growth and cause cell death in rats. So we're talking about diallyl sulfide or diallyl disulfide and S-allyl mercaptocystine. Big mouthful there. SAMC, that's a shortening of it. And this is the substance in garlic, as I said before, that suppresses colon tumors as well by stopping cancer cell growth and increasing tumor cell death in cell and rat studies. So most of these studies have been done on rats. Very little is said about the humans that they've actually done these types of research on. They have done some research on humans, but mostly on rats. Diallyl disulfide disrupts the tumor cell cycle by activating the protein ERK SAMC, which increases tumor cell death by activating the protein JK1 and the enzyme caspase. So basically, it's causing tumor cells in your colon to be decreased. This is powerful stuff. Garlic has anti-aging effects. Now, I know a lot of ladies out there who are listening, they're going to be interested in this. Anything that's anti-aging, everybody wants to jump on that bandwagon, because the aging or the anti-aging industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. So if a bit of garlic can sort out the fact that this person's got wrinkles, this person's got lines, this person's got bad skin, man, we want to use this stuff. Long-term topical treatment with garlic extract may have anti-aging effects, it says here, since garlic increases the growth and lifespan of skin cells. Wow. Garlic-treated skin cells are more healthy compared to untreated cells. Antioxidants in garlic prevent damage caused by free radicals. Garlic also contains cytokinin, a hormone that promotes cell growth and delays aging through its antioxidant effects. So we can actually get younger by eating garlic. Garlic may also prevent obesity. Now, how many people out there really want to slim down? I know some people who go to the gym 3-4 times a week, and they ring me up, Patrick, man, I've been trying all my best, man. I can't lose no weight, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still 18 stone. What am I going to do? I want to get ready for the wedding later on in the year, brethren. Well, here it is. Garlic. But how many people out there take garlic the way it really should be taken? The way it was intended by the creator of it. I don't think that when the creator of garlic created garlic, he put cooking instructions on it to say that you should fry it with some chips or fry it with some vegetables. No, it didn't say that. It didn't have those cooking instructions on it. All it said was, eat from my garden. You see, eat from the salah. In fact, the word salah means garden. You see, so eat from the garden of fruits and vegetables. This is what you got to do. You don't have to fry them up. Just eat the garlic the way it is. Now, some people might find it a little bit too, let's say, distasteful. You can just chop it up into tiny little pieces and sprinkle it over your salad. So anyway, garlic prevents obesity by reducing body weight and fat accumulation in my studies, they said. In animal studies, garlic activates proteins, AMPK and uncoupling proteins in fat tissue, liver and muscle, which converts nutrients into heat instead of energy storage. This is amazing. What it's doing to get rid of fat is absolutely amazing. Garlic helps treat diabetes. Diabetes is caused by genetics. No, it's not. So this is what we're looking at here is the truth. We want to get to the truth. Is diabetes caused by genetics? No. Diabetes is caused by your lifestyle and your diet. So if you're eating certain foods, then you're going to end up with certain or predisposition towards diabetes, because diabetes is caused by the actual cells within the pancreas that die as a result of too much sugar or elements that convert to sugar. And this is what causes obesity, high cholesterol, blood pressure, blood glucose, insulin resistance. And insulin resistance occurs when the body no longer responds to insulin, leading to increased blood sugar levels and a higher risk of developing diabetes. Garlic reduces insulin resistance, blood sugar and cholesterol levels in patients with diabetes. Garlic reduced blood sugar levels in rats by decreasing the activity of enzymes and aminotransferases involved in the transportation of glucose in the liver, a sugar that is the body's main source of energies. So yes, garlic helps damage caused by liver toxicity. Garlic powder protects against damage from the liver toxicity caused by high doses of antibiotics. So when you get into antibiotics, you're going to cause damage to your liver, damage to cells, and it's going to cause damage to certain enzymes and vitamins in your body. Tylenol, which is used a lot in America, is a drug that's being used, and that can also cause many side effects. And garlic acts as an antioxidant and prevents oxidative stress by stabilizing free radicals. The decrease in oxidative stress may increase the activity of antioxidant enzymes, which prevents further damage to the liver. We can also use garlic for kidney toxicity. Garlic helps treat kidney failure caused by the antibiotic gentamicin and kidney damage caused by cisplatin, a chemotherapy drug in rats. So this is reversing, they're talking about reversing the damage caused by the chemotherapy drug by using garlic. So they did this experiment with rats. S-allylcysteine is an antioxidant found in aged garlic extract that protects against brain damage in a cell model study. And S-allylcysteine activates antioxidant enzymes in the brain, which is a part they call the hippocampus, that decreases free radicals and prevents damage. So now, let's look at the side effects of garlic, because it's not all one-sided. There are some things about garlic that some people should be aware of and maybe should be careful about. So, although garlic consumption is safe, it says here, ingested garlic can cause bad breath, which I could live with, and body odor. Consuming an excessive amount of garlic, raw garlic, especially on an empty stomach, may lead to an upset stomach, gas, and changes in intestinal bacteria. Handling garlic during cooking and topical application of garlic can cause allergic skin rashes, burns, and blisters. Due to its anti-blood clotting abilities, a high dose of garlic has an interaction with blood thinners like aspirin and warfarin. Garlic supplements should be stopped 7 days before surgical procedures to prevent any complications. So now, what have we now got to do in terms of our healing? What have we got to do in terms of making ourselves more healthy? Now, basically, earlier on in the talk, I kind of hinted at what we really have to do. So essentially, one of the things is detoxing. Once you detox your body enough, most of the problems that you will suffer should disappear once the body is detoxified enough. One of the reasons why people are dying at an alarming rate is the body is not detoxified. So now, what I would like to do for you people listening is I'd like to offer you a free 10-minute consultation with myself. And so basically, if anyone would like to maybe ask some questions when I've finished the talk, you can leave your telephone number with us and I can contact you, and you will be entitled to a free consultation of 10 minutes. And in that consultation, you can tell me whatever ailment that you're suffering from, what you've been doing over the months or years or whatever to actually eliminate the problem. And if you're unsuccessful, then I will help you to actually alleviate this problem, whatever the problem is. So if you've got high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, whatever it is, I can recommend you the correct thing to do. And if you want, I can actually give you a one-to-one consultation where I can give you a scan, which I do with a scan machine, to actually detect the health of your liver, your pancreas, your spleen, heart, kidney, nerves, bones, glands, you name it. This is what I'm doing when I'm doing scans on people, and the scans have been found to be very, very accurate, very, very efficient. And so once I'm able to do that, I can actually give you the appropriate treatments that you need based on whatever problems that your body is expressing. So that's it for me. I'm Patrick Montague. I'll be just doing a talk every week on a different subject, and yeah, you're welcome to listen. Thank you very much.